In the chapter light, what we have discussed earlier, we have discussed about light. What is light? Anyone can define what is light, children?
Ma'am, light is a form of energy which enable us to see.
Light is a form
Yes,
of
ma'am.
energy, yes, which enable us to see by the principle of reflection. Okay. Yes. So there are different sources of light. We know that there are natural sources of light and artificial sources of light. But the main and sole source, natural source, what is that natural source? It is the sun.
Sun.
Yes. So, and you know that this sunlight, it consists of how many colors? Is it totally
Seven colors.
translucent? It consists
Seven
of
colors.
seven colors. How we are going to
You
observe these
give.
seven colors? By which experiment or what, with the help of which aid we can just see that this light contains seven
Ma'am,
color?
with the help of a
Ma'am,
prism.
prism.
With the help of a prism or prism like substances, and that process is called, what is this process of scattering of
Ma'am,
light into seven?
dispersion of light.
That is called dispersion of light, that we have read. One, again we have read about the some of the phenomenon, shadow formation. Earlier classes you have read, shadow is formed when any translucent or opaque object comes in the path of light. You can see on the board, I think the board is visible, you can see the shadow of my hand. So the light is coming from this side and I'm just putting my hand, and this is a opaque object whose shadow is being formed. But what is reflection that we have read? Anyone, what is reflection?
Ma'am, the bouncing back of light.
The bouncing back of a light on a surface is called reflection.
Yes, so the bouncing back of light is called reflection. So what happens in this process of reflection? That if any ray, they are coming and falling on the surface, what will happen? They will be incident on the surface, on the plane, and that ray is called incident ray.
Incident ray.
Accidentally.
And that ray, after being incident, it will bounce back, and that ray will be regarded as
Reflected
Reflection.
ray.
Reflected ray.
reflected ray. Okay. And if a ray just come perpendicular to the plane of
Ma'am,
surface,
normal.
so
Normal.
it will
Normal.
bounce back in the same direction, and hence that is known as the normal. So whenever you are going to that this question is going to come, that what is reflection, you have to give the
मैम when
Example.
normal will be there, जब normal आएगी surface पर तो वो भी reflected ray की तरफ reflect करेगी.
yes, just wait, let me open the. So that is also reflecting. But what is this? Just you see, all of you are able to see the board is visible, clear?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes.
yes, ma'am.
Just wait. I'm switching off the lights. I think now it's clear.
Yes, ma'am.
So what happens if any ray that is coming at an angle of, or
Incidentally.
incident at an angle of 90-degree, what will happen? It will retrace its path, it will reflect back in the same path but in the opposite direction, only when the ray is falling perpendicular to the plane of surface, and that line is called normal.
Normal.
Okay. And in any other situation, if a ray is coming and falling, suppose at an angle of 45-degree. So what will happen? It will bounce back at an angle of 45-degree only. So this angle it is making with the normal. Okay, is it clear?
Ma'am, because
हाँ
incident
बोलिए.
and angle of incidents and angle of reflected are equal.
It is not, because we have
Because of
proved
because
this.
of reflection.
We have proved this. Yes, this is because of reflection on a on a surface, that we have proved by various experiments. It's already a law that is naturally occurring. It is not because that should they should be equal. They are equal. When light falls on a surface, it reflects back or it bounces back, and the angle that the incident ray makes with the normal and the angle that the reflected ray makes with the normal will be same. Not will be same, we have proved it. It is approved. Okay, that is why it is called law. Am I clear?
Ma'am, it
and
was a law of reflection, ma'am. First law of
and
reflection.
laws of reflection, there are two laws of reflection. What are they?
The incident ray, the reflected ray.
Bolo, you can.
Ma'am, the angle of
Ma'am,
incidence
angle of
is always
incidence
equal
is
to the angle of reflection.
Okay, one more.
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
the
the
angle of
incident
reflection
ray
lies
and
on a
normal
plane
and
surface itself.
incidents are lie in the same plane.
The incident ray, the reflected ray, and the normal lie on the same plane. This is the second law. Okay. So whenever if it is coming that only define reflection, you have to give the definition. Along with that, you have to give this diagram. But
Ma'am,
if it
can
is
you please explain the laws of reflection, second one, with the help of an example?
no example is this diagram, you can see, all of you can see this diagram. So
Yes, ma'am.
this is the plane on
This is
which
also
this is a plane on which the incident ray is falling at a particular point. Okay. So at this very point, you can see the incident ray is meeting over this point, the normal is meeting over this point, and the reflected ray also come getting out from this point. So all these three, incident ray, reflected ray, and the normal, lie on the same plane. Am I clear?
yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes,
This
ma'am.
is the same plane for each and every incident ray that will be falling. Suppose there is one more incident ray that are coming at an angle of 45 degree. So it will go out parallelly again. This angle, that angle will be parallel to each other. Am I clear? So
Yes, ma'am.
this is also 45. This is also 45. So this incident rays are parallel to each other. Reflected rays will be parallel to each other, and the normals are always parallel. When the surface is even plane. But what will happen in diffuse reflection? What happens? This doesn't happen, but laws of reflection is maintained. Okay. Reflection always takes place, it follows the law in any condition. But when the surface is undulation, so what will happen? यहाँ पे plane क्या है? This part the plane is like this. यहाँ पे plane कैसा है? What is the plane? It is this. यहाँ पे plane कैसा है? This plane is like this. So each and every point, if I take this point, if I take this point, if I take this point, normal how we are going to draw? Perpendicular to this line. So the normal will be here. यहाँ पे जो है, if any ray incident, the normal will be direct to this direction, and here the normal will be in this direction. Am I clear? Normals are different, they are not parallel. So what will happen? If a ray is incident over here, it will reflect in the same, I am making the same angle with the normal, but the same ray that is coming parallel, and this ray is falling over here. What will happen? The normal is different, so it will get reflected in other direction. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Because
Yes, ma'am.
all these 3 points that I have told, they are not lying on the same plane. They are not making the perpendicular. This perpendicular, that is the normals are not parallel. So this is diffuse reflection, and the light gets scattered in case of diffuse reflection. But in regular reflection, this particular area will be highlighted, and we are able to get a clear image in case of regular reflection. But in case of diffuse reflection, what will happen? We are not able to get an image, but the area will be illuminated. Am I clear? This is
Yes,
very
ma'am.
very important. So in case of regular reflection, as the plane is smooth and that even, what will happen? Each and every parallel ray that are coming, they will go out parallelly, they will reflect parallelly, the normals will be parallel, and as a result that area will be illuminated and we can see the image. But in case of diffuse reflection, the incident rays will not be incident on the same plane, because there are some other points also. You can see there is a point here. So all these points are on the same plane. ये same plane में है. I have drawn a plane. Is these points are on the same plane? No.
No, ma'am.
No,
So,
ma'am.
so what will happen? The light that is incident, they will reflect back at different angles, because normals are not parallel to each other. Because at each and every small point, the normal will be at different position. Okay, so that will be having a illuminated area. That is, no image will be formed, but you can see. You are able to see me. I am able to see you. You are able to see each and every object in your house. देख सकते हो ना? पर हर जगह में आपका अपना इमेज देख सकते हो? नहीं ना? Each and every,
Yes, ma'am.
can you see your image in front of a wall? No, only in front of a mirror or a new that article or utensil that you have bought, you can see. Why? Because that is shiny and that is acting as a smooth, plain, shiny, reflecting surface. Otherwise, all that you can see around you, each and every object, that is due to the phenomenon of diffuse reflection. So both are important. Both these phenomenons are important for us. For one, that is the regular one, we can able to see the image of object, image of us also, whether it is real or virtual. Second, diffuse reflection, we are able to see each and everything around us. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt, anyone?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so laws clear, diffuse and regular reflection clear. Now tell me
Yes, ma'am.
what is multiple reflection? What is multiple reflection? And demonstrate with the help of an experiment or an activity. What is multiple reflection? Yes, Shatakshi.
Ma'am, in multiple reflection, the light is uh, ma'am, multiple reflection, so many reflections are happening.
Multiple means more than one. Where the reflection is taking place, that is the number of image formed are more than one. For example, what are the
For
devices?
example, for example, when we go to a barber shop,
Yes.
he, if we want to see the hairs of our backside, he puts a mirror in, at the back of our head, and the light reflects from the small mirror to the large mirror, which is in front of our, which is in front.
So actually, by through
Excuse me, ma'am.
multiple image. Yes, Sarjun. What happened?
Ma'am, for
Ma'am,
example,
in kaleidoscope
kaleidoscope.
also, ma'am, multiple reflection.
In what scope?
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
kaleidoscope.
kaleidoscope.
Kaleidoscope. Yes, that is also having multiple reflection. Yes, Aviral.
Ma'am, I was also telling ma'am kaleidoscope. Ma'am,
Periscope
multiple
also. Periscope
reflection.
also. In
Yes,
periscope
ma'am.
also. So periscope, I think you all of I have discussed earlier also. So periscope is a device. What will happen? This is like this. All of you can see, children. So
Yes,
there
ma'am.
two mirrors are placed. These are the a structure. Two mirrors are placed. They are parallel to each other. The two mirrors are parallel to each other, and they are placed at an angle of 45-degree with the wall of the periscope. So what will happen if any object is outside? Suppose a tree is there, and this is the deadline. Periscope. What will happen? With the help of periscope, we are able to see the objects or the view of the objects that is above our vision. We are not able to see by some reason. Maybe we are inside the bunker, we are inside the tanker, or we are inside the submarine. That is, our sight is blocked. So how we are able to see? We are able to see by this
Periscope.
instrument. Yes. So what will happen? Light will fall on the object. Just wait. I think now you can see the object, है ना? So light
Yes,
will
ma'am.
fall on the object, and after it is falling on the object, what will happen? It will reflect. So it will reflect on the first mirror. That is the first reflection image of the object will be formed in the first mirror. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, this is the
Yes.
incident ray, and it will reflect. So the reflected ray again will fall on the second mirror, and this reflected ray will be the incident ray for the second mirror, and here again it will reflect, and if you are keeping your eye over here, you are able to see this tree sitting over here. So how many images are formed over here?
Two.
We're getting two images, two
Yes, ma'am.
images. Two mirrors are there, two images. If you say three means the third one is on your retina. Yes, the third image will be formed on your retina. But
Yes,
over
ma'am.
here in
But
periscope,
we will count only
agar
two images.
if in case of periscope it is only two. In case of kaleidoscope, multiple images are formed. There are three mirrors that are placed at an angle of 60-degree. So what will happen? The light that will fall on one mirror, it will fall on the other. Next, it can fall on the other. So like that, it will go on reflecting, and it will make different types of patterns each and every time. No such pattern will be similar as the before. Okay. So this is also an instrument called kaleidoscope that works on the principle of multiple reflection. Yes, Arjun.
Ma'am, what is cornea?
What is cornea? Who will tell what is cornea?
Ma'am, the outer layer of the eye.
Yes, the outer layer of the eye is called the cornea.
which protects something to enter from our into
Just you
our
see,
eye.
are you able to see, children? So this outer, this bulging, this is called the cornea. And then with the help of muscles, what we are having? We are having the lens.
Lens.
Lens के सामने क्या है? There are some muscles. They are called
Ciliary muscles.
ciliary muscles are holding this lens, and there are iris also, है ना? So
Yes,
that
ma'am.
open and close the size of the or increase or decrease the size of the pupil. So this small aperture through which light will enter is called the pupil. When there is bright light outside, what will happen? The pupil size will become small because that much of light is required. The pupil will dilate that much only. But if we are having a vision at night, what will happen? We need to have more light rays because at night light is not sufficient. So what will happen? The
The
pupil
pupil
will
will,
get
ma'am,
dilated.
enlarge.
Dilated means वो बड़ा हो जाएगा. So this small opening over here, children, this is pupil. Don't do any other kind. इसके पीछे अगर आप इसको point करोगे, so I will give you 0. Pupil is between the aperture between the iris. Okay, am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
And the outer protective layer, that is called cornea. There is a fluid in between the lens and the cornea.
Ma'am,
What is that called?
aqueous fluid.
Aqueous humor. And there is a fluid behind the lens and the retina. What
Ma'am,
is that
vitreous
called?
fluid.
Vitreous humor. 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 That fluid is not the actual term. Aqueous humor and vitreous humor. Okay, am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what will happen next? Next, what will happen? There is a screen. In case of our eye, there is a screen. What is the screen name? It is
Retina.
called retina. So
Retina.
what is the function of retina? Function of the retina is to receive the image. Image will be formed on the retina. So
Yes.
how this image is formed on the retina? How this is acting as a screen? Because they are having some photoreceptors. What are the different photoreceptors that are present in the eye?
Ma'am, cones and rods.
And
Rod
rods and
cells and
cones.
cone cells. And these two are not for the same kind of vision. One is responsible for the dim vision or the dim
And
light
one, ma'am,
vision,
the second was for
and the
color.
other one is responsible for the bright light vision. Cone cells are responsible for
Ma'am, bright light.
bright
Bright
light
light.
vision
Light.
during the daytime or whenever it is light inside the room. Anywhere, what will happen? This cone cells will get stimulated. Okay, they will become active and they will help to form the image on the retina. But where if there is insufficient light, this rod cells will get stimulated, and what will happen? They will help to form the image on the retina. So all these photoreceptors, they are nerves actually, so they will end up their ends, the nerve endings. I think we have done about the structure of neuron. Do you remember the unit of nervous system we have done in the chapter cell? So all the ends of those nerves, they will collect at a point. Can you see? Where they will form a bundle of nerve. And that nerve will go to the brain to make the image. The image that is formed over here is
Ma'am, optic
real
nerve.
image and real image and
Erect.
inverted image. Inverted. That image that is formed, real image is always inverted, children. Real image is always inverted.
Inverted.
So the image that is formed on the retina is inverted. Suppose there is a tree over here. Okay. So the light, that is simple like periscope that you have done. Sorry, pinhole camera. So the light from this top part, it will go and fall over here. So this position, the image will be formed over here, and image for the point that is at the bottom, it will go through the lens and the image will be formed at the upper part. So what
Inverted,
will happen?
ma'am.
Actually, it will be inverted. The image that will be formed will be real and inverted. Because why it is real? We can have it on a screen, that is the retina of the eye. So now,
Ma'am, when it go out from the optic nerve, ma'am, it form, ma'am, in real image.
no, it is real. It is real, but it is inverted. So we have to make it upside. That is a erect one. Who is doing that is done by the optic nerve. The optic nerve is taking this stimulus in form of electrical waves. Okay. And this electrical signal is going to the brain. Brain क्या करता है? Brain is processing it and making the image only erect. Am I clear? But it is
Yes,
taking
ma'am.
place within fraction of second. So this is about our eye. We have read about three diseases: myopia, hypermetropia, and presbyopia. So these are the three defects of the eye. That myopia, that is for
Retina.
which side? That you are not able to see the
Ma'am,
far objects. Okay.
ma'am, far objects.
Yes, and then
Hypermetropia for
Ma'am,
not
hyper.
seeing the closer objects.
yes, near objects. And presbyopia is a disease that occurs when when people's become age around 40 or 40 plus. Then
And when
some
their
Ma'am, what is
lenses are not
cataract?
fixed.
cataract, you know that sometimes some layers, the lens becomes hazy. It becomes due
Translucent.
to, yes. So we have to cut out the surface of the lens, or we have to replace the lens with some other artificial one. That is called cataract. Sometimes this cornea also becomes hazy also. Okay, so we have to take out this outermost layer, and that phenomenon is called cataract. जो मोतियाबिंद आप लोग को पता है, that is called cataract only. Am I clear? One
Yes,
more
ma'am.
thing we have read. Tell me the minimum distance of the near object that we can see
25
clearly.
Ma'am, 25
centimeters.
meter
25
centimeters.
centimeters.
Centimeter. One more thing. Tell me that what is persistence of vision?
Ma'am, 1/6 of an second.
1/16th of a second. Just you
Ma'am,
see.
1/16th.
Yes, 1/16th of a second. So what does it mean? What does you do mean by this persistence of
मैम मतलब
vision?
अगर हम लोग एक पिक्चर को देखेंगे तो उसे 1.16 सेकंड तक उसे याद रख सकते
It
हैं.
will persist in our eye, or it will be on in our that is memory for 1/16th of a second. तो कोई भी image अगर it is coming more than the speed of 1/16th of a second, then we are going to see that the images are continuous. That happens in film. जो movie में आप लोग देखते हैं, that what happens actually? That is
Ma'am,
so
its
many
speed
cuts
is
and so
1/24th of a second.
yes, Aviral.
Ma'am, its speed is 1/24th of a second.
Yes. So what actually happens? They comes at a much more speed, so that we are not able to distinguish that where there is cut or where the movie is continuous. So it appears to our eye as continuous. Okay. So that is all about light. Anything that I'm missing? Any topic?
Ma'am, can you please re-explain the diagrams of